Well, I'm going to start this video off with a little bit of a disclaimer. This is probably a terrible idea, but I think that's kind of what makes it pretty interesting. So, maybe you guys have seen this car before, maybe you haven't. We've had it a while, it's got a bunch of junk around it. Somebody was trying to turn this thing into a race car. Well, I'm kind of thinking about finishing the job. See, for a little while now, I've wanted a true, drag car, race car, quarter mile car, eighth mile car, whatever words you want to use for it. That's something I've kind of wanted. But anybody that knows me pretty well knows that I'm not going to cut a car up. I'm not going to cut quarters on a car typically. I'm not going to put big wheel tubs in a car. I'm not going to replace a bunch of stuff and move springs inboard on a car that already has it all set up ready to go. Well, there's not a whole lot to start with here, so I don't feel real bad about doing it. So somebody already cut out the rear frame rails, which that's just about the only thing that I wish they wouldn't have done. Quarter panels, yeah, I could put quarter skins on it and wheel tubs on it, and there you go. That's that part done. I was just thinking about it. I have a brand new AMD trunk pan, but it has a square hole cut in the middle for a fuel cell. Well, that's what this car would get, so that's just fine. You do a little fixing around the back window, but that's just sheet metal work. And the biggest thing with this car is, if it happens, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it happens, it's a drag car, and specifically a drag car. This will not be on the street. This will not have anything crazy going on as far as, lights and whatever. It'll probably have lights when I need it to, but aside from that, it will be run a quarter mile at a time. So I've got some floor pan stuff for it. I would probably just replace the front floor pan, but I think I even have the rear stepwell patches that go there for the car. So this might be kind of cool. The biggest issue, like I previously mentioned, is the rear frame rails. If the rear frame rails were in it, this would be a lot easier. But putting rear frame rails back in it is an expense, and it is, not a super easy job to do, because you really want them to be square and straight, especially on a car like this. So a little bit of a challenge, but I don't think it's anything that we can't do. And then the firewall, I don't know why somebody thought that it was a good idea to completely cut out the firewall, but hey, I guess I can patch that back in. I don't need any fancy firewall. I can just put it all back together with sheet metal and make this thing really a drag car. And yes, it would be crude. Yes, it would look probably a little bit rough, but on the outside, I think I can make it pretty nice. I've got a fiberglass bumper right there, a fiberglass front valence. There are fiberglass fenders here, but I don't think they're even good for anything. But this fiberglass trunk lid, that'll work. And a buddy of mine has a fiberglass hood I could probably get from him. So when I talk about a race car, I'm talking about something that's going to be light. It's going to be lightweight. It's going to be a little crude, but I think it might be pretty fun. So let me know what you guys think. Obviously, this is way in the future, way, back burner project, because, we have a ton of other stuff going on. We've got the Super B to do for this year's No Name Nationals. We've got a bunch of other stuff going on. Actually, there's a fiberglass hood for this that I completely forgot I had. So there's that. But yeah, and frame rails are $300 each, and I'm not looking to spend that anytime real soon. So we're a ways out on this, but just want to let you guys know that this is kind of a little bit of something that we're thinking about. Somebody already cut out the inner fenders, and that's fine. I could just do some kind of front bar tying it together, and it's already got the radiator supports all still there, all still intact, so that's good. That's what I want. So I can mount my radiator and do whatever I need. So, I don't know. I think it's a terrible idea, but at the same time, I kind of like it. So let me know what you guys think, what you would do. And I know most of you are probably looking at this like, what are you thinking, you absolute idiot? But, that's kind of what makes it a little bit fun is maybe I get to prove some of you guys wrong. So maybe you guys will follow along, maybe you won't. So anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think of this bad idea Challenger race car idea, and I'll see you guys in the next one.